So let's talk about the differences between the two cameras. The C80 and the C70 are completely different cameras, so I'm going to aspects of both of them. If you're looking at the C80 versus the C50, the amount of work it's going to take to turn it into a shoulder rig camera or into a larger documentary camera with the C50 is going to be huge, because you're going to need either that new electronic VND for the PL mount, or you're going to need a variable ND filter on the matte box. Plus, all of the gearing it up in size and not having SDI, you're going to have the adapters and a few other things. Now, if we're talking the C70, now we're talking like really bread to bread. Both are going to have time code on them. Both are going to have the HDMI on it. They both have USB-C. The USB-C on the C50 takes up to 65 watts of power, which means you're probably going to need that high draw power to get the most out of the new Open Gate 7K, where to keep the autofocus and everything working at its maximum, just like with any other Canon camera, you have to do this extra battery output. So that's probably what we're looking at. Beyond that, the C50 versus the C70, the C50 is going to have a better overall low light image. It's going to have more options when it comes to codecs capabilities and reliability on codecs. The SD cards versus the Type B cards is a huge thing, because if I look at failure rates between the two, the Type Bs have less failure rate between them than the SD cards, which is nice, especially when they start getting to the V90 cards. And cost too. When you could buy a terabyte size card for about 250 bucks on a Type B, and well, let's be fair, it's because it's going to be $1,000 if you want a terabyte and V90 SD card. That's a huge difference. If you're talking to a client and you're like, hey man, let's start doing this on the regular, you buy one card and that card is yours, and we can do your shows on it. I can do my edits on that card too, and then drop that material off to you later. Like literally, I can send you the card with the edits on it, or I can keep the card always, and then when I come back for the next shoot, I can drop off my edit for you as a hard drop off, and you can still get the one I do online. That's huge for a client. They have their own memory card, and it's only $250 for a terabyte of data. That's huge. And if it had two of those card slots, it would be even better, but it's got one of them, so you get the advantage of that. So there's a couple big time advantages when you're going with the C50 over the C70. Now the C80, it's still gonna supremely be better than the C50, but I mean, this is pretty awesome. But yes, we'll talk about the SD cards and the C80 later, but there's some advantages here too. Peace.